In the dark, it was impossible to breathe, which was a sign of a very serious problem. It seemed like death was just around the corner, and the hospital's efforts to save him didn't seem to be working. At that weak point, a frantic plea was made. Please help me. Please don't kill me. There was a big change. I could clearly feel a soothing, energizing presence on my left side. It made me feel at ease and at home, like it was a holy figure. Soon someone else showed up, Archangel Michael. Both beings seemed to put their energy into the chest, which was very helpful. As the feeling of easing started, an out-of-body experience began to happen. The person's awareness stayed clear and present. Someone asked, "What's going on?" "This is a divine intervention," said Archangel Michael in a way that was both comforting and enlightening. "We are here to tell you that you are more than just your body and mind. You are a part of the divine source." The story moves on to a bigger picture of a life journey full of reflection and creativity. From a very young age, life was marked by a deep sense of inner thought. A love of art led to a degree in fine arts. Soon after, they got married young and had their first child. Being good at these roles, though, made me feel like I had lost my personality. The couple started to wonder about the deeper meaning of life, which led to the choice to get a divorce. It was a hard time, made worse by financial and emotional problems, especially with young children and a son who was having a hard time. Personal health problems, such as an autoimmune disorder that was later named Putti syndrome, made the fight worse. This disease made asthma problems worse because it made it very hard to control blood pressure and made people tired all the time. The cycle of doctor visits and treatments got worse, and the feeling of hopelessness got worse with no sign of relief in sight. The situation became very bad, and there was a crucial moment of despair. In this terrible situation, an unexpected moment of comfort came from connecting with a loved one who had died. A misty, calming presence showed up, making me feel very calm and at ease. A sense of peace and relaxation spread through the body, making it easier to breathe in a weak but necessary way. This action from God saved the person from certain death, showing the powerful effects of spiritual presence in times of great need. I felt a deep, loving presence on my left side. I knew intuitively that it was Mother Mary, who is love itself deeply and unconditionally. I felt like I was anchored in a safe place of kindness and warmth, and my grandmother's comforting spirit joined me in this love that knew no limits. I was lying there in this holy place when my eyes fell on another figure, which sent a huge, resonating energy through the whole room. This presence was definitely Archangel Michael. It was tall and powerful. Instead of the usual picture of someone holding a sword, his shape gave off a commanding yet calm energy that filled the room. It was like nothing I had ever felt before. It became clear to me that my lungs were heavy with grief, sadness, trauma, and guilt from my recent divorce as Mother Mary, my grandma, and Archangel Michael surrounded me. They made it clear that I was not only dealing with my own emotional problems, but also with thoughts of not being a good mother. "You need to let go of this sadness," they told her. Their divine energy started to flow into my chest. As my chest opened up, I felt a deep sense of relief. I felt light and airy after this release, like I was slowly floating away from my body. In spite of this, my awareness stayed the same. I asked my grandma, "What's going on?" and told her I was confused about how her presence seemed to go against how I felt like I was dying. Because of this, Archangel Michael took over as the messenger. "You're not going to die," he told me. "This is not your time." Even though it was dark, it felt like he was leading me through a warm, orange-glowing cave. This trip was a spiritual intervention meant to teach me a very important lesson and show me where I was in my life. "Your thoughts and struggles do not define you," Archangel Michael told them. I used to compare myself to my illness, money problems, and mental pain, telling myself things like, "I am asthma. I am the pain I feel. I'm my own sadness." Being aware that I was not these things, but rather a part of something bigger changed everything. When the Archangel Michael spoke, his words hit me hard and helped me understand more clearly. Scenes from my life played out, showing that I was more than my feelings. He told me that I am the beginning of the world, an infinite source of power, and an important part of Source. To fully understand this realization, I had to merge with Source's consciousness, which is the all-powerful energy that links all living things. It felt like I was moving toward the center of the universe and merging my awareness with the onness of everything. When I was in this state, I saw God as a unified mind and an all-encompassing energy. I felt euphoric, endless onness, a rapture that went beyond what I thought and felt. In this state of alignment, I wasn't limited to my body. I was pure energy linked to the source of everything. After the near-death experience, I had a profound realization. No matter what we go through, we are basically an expanded awareness. Before this moment of change, I felt like my feelings set limits on my world and made it hard to understand. But the experience showed that there is a being with unlimited power and presence. The thing that became clear is that we make our own world. We have the power to change the world around us because we have free will. If we think of ourselves as limited, or as nothing more than our feelings and thoughts, then that's what we make our world. Figuring out that we can awaken to a new way of being, no matter what our present state or circumstances are, was the best gift. There is nothing stopping us. Nothing can stop this rising. This realization gave me the mission to help other people connect with their own divine essence and see the power and potential that they already have. This truth, that we have unlimited potential, is at the heart of who we are. Even though we have different feelings and thoughts, they don't make us who we are. Archangel Michael stayed with me as I went through different realms or stages of awareness. The onness with Source slowly faded. He told me, "You're going to go back into your body now." I went through what felt like a void. It was stated that our body's energy centers, or chakras, store our consciousness. This information was very helpful. It taught me how to connect with and use this higher awareness in the real world. When I came back to my body, the divine awareness I had felt was infused into every chakra. This brought my divine soul into balance with my body. This divine awakening helped my mind, body, and spirit become deeply cleansed and changed. I let go of old problems and accepted a new sense of who I am, a divine being. Once I was fully back in touch with my body, Archangel Michael and other guides told me to focus on meditation, on silence, and unity. When they left, there was a soft breeze that made me realize that my life would never be the same again. Now that I knew this, I started a journey of strength, accepting the link between my mind, body, and soul. I learned to notice my feelings and let them go without letting them define me. This method not only helped my asthma get better, but it also gave me the strength to move forward with a new sense of purpose. Even though my outside situations didn't change, I went through a huge internal transformation. I understood that my circumstances did not have to hold me back. I could choose a different road. Because of this change, my life has changed in a big way. I spent a lot of time learning about spiritual things because I was hungry for them. Eventually, I started teaching other people how to heal energy and connect with their true, holy selves at the soul level. It is very important to understand the big difference between life as a physical being and knowing that there is a limitless, higher realm that we can access. This understanding, which isn't always taught in standard schools, is very important for breaking free from the limits we put on ourselves and embracing our full potential. We are basically endless, and the things that can happen to us are far beyond what we can imagine. A lot of the problems we face are ones we make for ourselves, often without realizing it. It is important to own up to these limits and know that they are not natural facts, but rather limits that you put on yourself. There are good spiritual beings and angels ready to help us when we need it, but the most important thing about being human is making our own decisions, learning from our mistakes, and improving through our free will. This trip cannot be taken on our behalf by an outside force. It's important to understand ourselves, and because our consciousness is naturally open and free, we have the power to change our world through it. Absolutely no matter what your current state of being is, whether it's emotional or situational, there is worth and wisdom in it. To reach your holy potential, you must first honor and fully accept your present state while also trying to figure out what it's trying to teach you. Check to see if you're on the right track. What are your feelings and thoughts trying to tell you? In answering these questions, you recognize that you have the power to change, no matter where you are. You already have the power to heal, transcend, and connect with your true self. You may go through times of struggle and fear over and over again as you go through this process, but each awakening to your true self brings you new insights and makes the light of Source within you bigger. Every moment of rediscovering helps us evolve as a species, which is meant to make us more aware. Your very nature is love, and you are a vessel of endless potential and opportunity. You have the power to rise above your current state and return to your loving spirit at any time. This is what you're really like,